It's January 2011, and Red starts to work on Terraria for the first time. Fast forward a bit, and it's April, and Red gives an early copy of Terraria to a YouTuber to get some eyes on the game. It got leaked, which surely won't happen again. Now it's May, the release date's just 2 weeks away, so there's no way another leak could happen. Spoiler alert, it did. But because those leaks weren't anywhere near the version that was actually going to release, the team released the game early on May 16th, 2011. On the first day of the game coming out, one of the most infamous Terraria YouTubers, Ymir, uploaded their first Terraria video. And just over a week later from those two things happening, a mod team made the first ever Terraria mod, which allowed you to ride a horse. Boom! Now it's December 1st, 2011, and Terraria gets its first major content update, version 1.1. This update added things that can make you fly, metal bosses, an easier version of Redstone, hard mode, and some other smaller neat additions. And now it's December 15th, and Terraria gets another update, with it going to version 1.1, but with another 0.1 now. This update added snow biomes, snowman enemies, and some other minor changes. Very soon after those two updates, Relogic released the collector's edition of Terraria in January 2012, which is still the only way to get the pet bunny to this day. Unless you use this video as a guide to edit your game's file. Now let's move forward to February 2012, which is when the creator of Terraria says that he wants to stop working on Terraria to focus on his family. Now, 505 Games is starting to port Terraria to Xbox and PlayStation in March 2013. Terraria got a special version released in Japan in May 2013, and the mobile versions also came out a few months later. So, at this point, it seemed that Terraria was coming to a happy ending. Just kidding. Red's wife pulled an Uno reverse and convinced him to keep making more Terraria updates, so in September 2013 we got the 1.2 update, which added things like auto-jumping, health bars, weather, new natural structures and biomes, the ability to have up to 1,000 players and worlds each, and other major features. Relogic also had their first official collaboration with another game in this update, which added the SDMG from Edge of Space, but they made it unobtainable. Also, not so long after this, in December 2013, the PS Vita version of Terraria released, which is also an easy way to get the Japanese version of Terraria. Fast forward a bit, it's January 2014 now, and Red confirms that he is working on the 1.3 Terraria update, but before it was out in February 2015, Relogic announced Terraria Otherworld, which was going to be a spin-off game with a new art style, a tower defense goal to the game, and other new features. On May 8th, 2014, Relogic released the 1.2.4 update, which gave us the riveting fishing side of Terraria, one of the hardest bosses in the game, and was also an official collaboration with Relogic's other game, Pixel Piracy, which added amazing things like this summoner minion, which can poop. And if we peek into the mobile side of Terraria at this time, they quietly sneaked in an official collaboration with the game Worms, but everything was unobtainable at this time. Wake up, it's June 2015, and the next major update is finally out, version 1.3. This update was named the Lunar Update, and added features like the Lunar Cultist boss, allowed NPCs to finally evolve enough to fight enemies, and finally added a final boss to the game, Moonlord. Alongside the new content, Relogic also did an official collaboration with One Drop Yo-Yos, which added various yo-yos to Terraria, alongside 2 real-life versions of those yo-yos. Oh, and they finally made the only item from their first collaboration available in-game. Wait, stop. Do you hear that? It sounds like Terraria is getting released somewhere else. Let's stop and check this out to see if anything major happened in this year, just in case. It was just the 3DS version of Terraria getting released. We can move on now. Sorry, I went to the wrong game there. It's now June 1st, 2016, and arguably the most popular Terraria mod to date is released, Calamity Mod. And just a month later, in July 2016, to celebrate Terraria's 5th anniversary, the game updates to 1.3.2, which finally allowed us to have a party, and also stopped NPCs from jumping off high heights. Now it's November, but still 2016 sadly, and Terraria got the 1.3.4 update, which was mainly an official collaboration with the game Dungeon Defenders 2. And added in things like the best invasion into the game, 2 new places to store your items, a new NPC, and some other minor changes. Not too long after this, in February 2017, it was announced a smartwatch version of Terraria was in the works, with a company named GameBand. This is going to be something that's really neat to touch on once we get to that point in this timeline where it came out. We sleep in bed for just a bit, and now it's April 2017, and Pipeworks Studio takes over Terraria Otherworld development. Not long after this, in August 2017, the Terraria YouTuber Ymir uploaded his last video to his YouTube channel, with his last bit of interactions with the community happening on September 1st, 2017 on Twitter. It's now early 2018, and Terraria is getting another release, but this time it's a special version with loot boxes, in-app purchases, and a ton of sprites reworked, and was only available in China. Doesn't seem that it's going too well right now, so we'll come back and check in on this corner of Terraria later. Fast forward to April 2018, which is when they made a forums post about Terraria Otherworld after not talking about it for a while, where they finally officially announced the release date of the game on May 16th. Just kidding, they cancelled the game, which was the official end of new things for Terraria, since they already confirmed there won't be any more updates to the game. Right? They wouldn't cancel and then uncancel again, right? Good news, they gave us one more Terraria thing, just not an update. It turns out Cthulhu is a part of Terraria, because on May 16th, 2019, Relogic released some lore to go along with Terraria. I mean, it's not extremely good news for you guys, but it is my most viewed video, so it's good news to me. Now it's the year lost to time, and the next Terraria update is close to releasing, Shocker, which is also planned to be the final update for the game, fittingly called Journey's End. This was the biggest Terraria update to date, and added things like an upgraded creative mode, the boss everyone seems to really like for some reason, the first 2 secret seeds, a new way to teleport across your world, and finally added the feature everyone was asking to get for years at this point: golfing. They also decided to give tModLoader official support alongside workshops for both of the games, making one of the easiest ways to install mods, texture packs, and maps in any game, with tModLoader allowing for people to make their own content in the game for as long as they want, and Relogic already confirming this would be the last update for Terraria. It was finally coming to an end in a great spot. So now we can start talking about the impact it had on the Terraria trading card market, starting with the guide. Got you again. It turns out Relogic was just in a goofy mood when they said no more updates, with them releasing the 1.4.0.3 update on May 20th, 2020, which was mainly just an update to add the For the Worthy secret seed, which included a new game mode, Legendary. Oh, and look at that. It's now June 9th, 2020, and the Chinese version of Terraria got a new update. So let's go see if anything's changed since the last time we checked in on this version. Never mind, the game shut down completely. On May 16th, 2021, to celebrate the game's 10th anniversary, Relogic released a small update, which added in the Celebration secret seed and had some bug fixes, but it's still an update. Fast forward a bit to September 28th, 2021, and a new version of Terraria is released for most smartphones in China, with the Apple version coming a month later, just like almost every feature Apple calls new. This version also took out most of the in-app payments, and also has a ton of stuff we don't have in our version of Terraria, like a collaboration with an American fast food brand. Now it's November 2021, and Relogic releases the 1.4.3 update, which is an official collaboration with the game Don't Starve Together, which added a ton of things, but the biggest were the boss Deerclops and the constant secret seed, which added a hunger effect alongside a neat filter. Fast forward to February 2022, and Relogic teamed up with Fire and Steel to make a real-life version of the Meowmere. For reference on its size, here's Waffle Time holding it. Not too long after that, in August 2022, the first official Terraria novel was released, with 3 more books in this series being released over the next year. Just a month later, in September 2022, Terraria got another small content update, version 1.4.4. This update is the most recent one as of this video, and added some major things, like Shimmer, Town Slimes, 2 new secret seeds, alongside another one that's a mix of every secret seed so far, an official collaboration with the game Core Keeper, and a few other minor things. But it made sense that this was a small update, since there wasn't even supposed to be another update. Actually, I just lied to you. This update was again one of the biggest updates to date, with everything it added, fixed, and changed, but I already covered the important features that came in it. Nothing else happens after that until June 1st, 2023, which is when it was announced an official Terraria board game was in the works, but as of making this video, it's not fully out yet. Now we tiptoe over to September 2023, and we finally got something that the community has been asking for since day one: Terraria flavored coffee. And we're also on the verge of the next Terraria update, version 1.4.5, which will include a feature to make over 128 secret seeds, an official collaboration with Dead Cells, new art for things like sprites and the sun, and a few other things as well. But we don't know everything else that will be in the update. However, I do know of a place where you can find out every single thing that'll be in it. It's my channel. That's the punchline. I'll be posting videos going over everything in the update, alongside guides for everything that needs one starting on the first day, so you might want to subscribe. Maybe, maybe not, but maybe? That's the outro. Bye.